Hello, everyone. Welcome to class. It's an amazing time at Learning Base Academy. Welcome to class, everyone. Today is Monday, 7th July, 2025. We have maths revision for JSS 1 to 3. This covers all the topics you must have come across in the junior secondary classes. All right. So are we good? If you can hear me, type 10,000 in the chat. If you can hear me, everyone, type 10,000 in the chat. I am waiting. If you can hear me, type 10,000 in the chat. Do that as quick as possible. Type 10,000 in the chat. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Type 10,000 in the chat if you can hear me. Amazing. Awesome. Awesome. We need others to join the class so that we can have a full class. We need others to join us in the class. So please invite your friends, invite your elder brother, your younger brother, your family. Invite them to this class. Are we good? Okay, everyone. So like I said, that this is revision class. We want to revise the topics that may likely come out in our exams. So I want you to pay 100% attention. Pay 100% attention. So I'm starting with the first question. Question 1. I'm going to make these questions simple so that we can solve some foundational problems in math. So my first question says, find the product of 0.17 and 5.2. Before we continue, we need to say our self-affirmation. Every day and in every way, I am getting better and better, wiser and wiser, smarter and smarter, stronger and stronger, greater and greater, richer and richer. Health product of 0.17 and 5. So this is multiplication of decimals. 0.17 times 5.2. Product means multiplication, all right? Product means multiplication. So for us to multiply this by this, the first thing I need you to do whenever you see a decimal number is to ignore the decimal point and write that number as a whole number. For this first number, we can write as 017, which is the same thing as 17 times 52. So let's multiply 17 by 52. I'm teaching you like I'm teaching primary 3 pupil. All right, so you can understand better. So 2 times 7 is 14. Write 4, carry 1 over. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1. That will give us 3. Then 5 times 7 is 35. Write down 5, carry 3 over. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3, you have 8. All right. Then we add everything together. So 4 right here, 8 here, 8. Now, for us to fix back our decimal point, we need to go back to the question. How many decimal places is 0.17? After the decimal point, we have 2 digits for 0.17. That makes it 2. After the decimal point for 5.2, we have 1 digit. Altogether, we have 3 decimal places. So for this answer, 884, we are going to shift the decimal point 3 places to the left. Okay, place a decimal point after the last digit, then move it 3 places to the left. So that is 1, 2, 3. Decimal point comes here. and to the left side you have 0. So the answer is 0.884. So 0.17 times 5.2 is equal to 0.884. Thank you for coming to class, and pay attention if you are just joining us. I'm moving on to question 2. So you're expected to write very fast. You are expected to write very fast. What is the value of 24 divided by 10,000? What is the value of 24 divided by 10,000? So this is 24 over 10,000. Now 10,000 is a power of 10. It has 4 zeros, and that means 10 raised to the power of 4. So we have to move the decimal point to the left. When dividing, move to the left. Multiplying, we move to the right. So since we are dividing by 10,000 and it has 4 zeros, place a decimal point after the last digit of 24. Move it 4 places to the left because we are dividing by 10,000, which has 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Place a decimal point exactly where we stopped counting and fill up the empty spaces with 0. To your left side, since there is no number there, write 0. So the answer is equal to 0.0024. This is our answer. Without a waste of time, moving on to question 3. The perimeter of a rectangle. The perimeter of a rectangle is 26 centimeters. Its breadth is 4 centimeters. Find the length. Find the length. All right. So what do we have in the question? Pay full attention, everyone. Pay full attention. All right. Now, what do we have in the question? We have the perimeter. Perimeter is equal to 26 centimeters. We have the breadth. The breadth is equal to 4 centimeters. We need to find the length. All right. We need to find the length. Formula for finding the length is perimeter divided by 2 minus breadth. Perimeter divided by 2 minus breadth. So since the perimeter is 26 centimeters, it means we are going to divide 26 centimeters by 2. So 26 centimeters divided by 2 minus 4 centimeters. So that will be 13 centimeters. 26 divided by 2 is 13. 13 centimeters minus 4 centimeters, the answer is equal to 9 centimeters. So the length is equal to 9 centimeters. If you're following, type 9 centimeters in the chat with your name beside it. If you're following, type 9 centimeters in the chat with your name beside it. Next question, simplify. Simplify 3xy times 9y. 3xy times 9y. At the countdown of 10, post the answer to this question in the chat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Waiting, 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 waiting. All right, so let's do it together. 3 times 9 is 27. X, then y times y is y raised to power 2. So the right answer is 27x y raised to the power of 2. Okay, so moving on to question 5. Find the circumference. Find the circumference of a circle. Find the circumference of a circle whose diameter is 56 centimeters. Take pi equals 22/7. So the formula for calculating circumference of a circle, circumference also means perimeter. The formula is 2 pi r or pi d. So you use 2 pi r when you're being given the radius, then you use pi d when you're being given the diameter. So that's equal to, we'll be using pi d. Pi is 22/7 times the diameter. Diameter is 56 centimeters. You've been asked to find the circumference, right? So that'll be over 1. 7 into 7 is 1. 7 into 56 is 8. Now, 22 times 8, that will give us 176 centimeters. 176 centimeters. All right, I'm moving on to question 6. Moving on to question 6. Simplify. Simplify. 6 minus open bracket 9x minus 7 close bracket plus 2x. Okay, so let us simplify this. Whenever you have negative sign before the bracket, all the terms in the bracket will change. Whenever you have a negative sign before a bracket, all the terms in the bracket will change. So we have 6 minus times 9x will give us minus 9x. Minus times minus 7. This is what we are multiplying by, this minus. Minus times minus 7 will give us plus 7. Then out of the bracket, we have plus 2x. Now, having done this, we need to group the like terms. So let's start with the ones that are positive. Plus 2x will be written first because it is positive. In algebra, you are meant to arrange positive before negative. Okay, so 2x minus 9x, then we have plus 7 plus 6 because 6 is positive. So that will be equal to 2x minus 9x will give us minus 7x. Then 7 plus 6 is 13. You can rewrite it by writing the positive term before the negative term. So that's 13 minus 7x. 13 minus 7x. All right, I'm moving on to question 7. I believe you're writing and you are very fast. Moving on to question 7. In the diagram below, find A, B, C, D. So we have to find A, B, C, D. So what is the diagram? Pay attention as I draw the diagram on the screen. Make sure you are writing and make sure you're paying attention. No one must fail mathematics exam this term. As far as you are attending our classes at Learning Based Academy, no one must fail maths this term. All right, so I have this diagram on my screen and we have to find all the angles that are marked A, B, C, and D. Now, this diagram has two parallel lines. All right, this diagram has two parallel lines. This is the first parallel line. I'll mark it O, and the second parallel line P. In junior secondary classes, you learned corresponding angles. Okay, angles formed within parallel lines. We have corresponding angles and we have alternate angles. These are the angles that you must get within parallel lines. Now, we also still have other angles that you can get. We have vertically opposite angles also. We have vertically opposite angles. Now, let us see, what is angle A? What is angle A? Can we find angle A first? Is it possible we get angle A first? Now we have an exterior angle 142 degrees. This is an exterior angle of the triangle. And in one of those general classes, I explained to you that the two opposite interior angles summed together will give you the exterior angle. That is A plus C equals 142 degrees, but we don't know the value of A and we don't know the value of C. Now, before we can get either A, B, or C, now let us look at the first parallel line. The first parallel line has angle 70 degrees. It is a straight line. So the angles on the straight line are about 2. All right. They are 2. There are 2 angles on the straight line. And we have 2 different transversals. So I'm going to look at this line. I'm going to extend this transversal. If you are in JSS 1 and JSS 3 or other higher classes, you must have come across corresponding alternate angles. You must have come across parallel lines and transversal. Now I have extended this transversal with white dotted lines. All right. So if I have extended it, we can actually get an alternate angle. Look at the exterior angle, which is 142 degrees. This angle will be alternate to angle 70 degrees and C degrees. So when we add angle 70 and C degrees together, we are going to get 142 degrees, because 142 degrees will be alternate to the angle, and alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles are equal. That is, this angle that has 70 degrees and C degrees are alternate to 142 degrees. All right, now what are alternate angles? Alternate angles are angles that are on opposite position on 2 different parallel lines. That is, if one of the angles, like now, if I have angle A right here, the alternate angle to A, because A is on the right side and on top of the parallel line, you go to the left side under the next parallel line. So this angle B is alternate to angle A. This angle B is alternate to angle A. I hope you understand. So alternate angles are angles that are on opposite positions on 2 different parallel lines. So if you look at 142 degrees on parallel line P, you will see that it is on the right side and on top of the parallel line. Now, on the first parallel line, the alternate angle to it will be on the left side and below the transversal. All right, it will be below the first parallel line, which means 142 degrees is also equal to 70 degrees plus C degrees. All right. So which means when you add 70 and C together, you should get 142 degrees. So with this, we'll be able to find the value of C. So it means 70 degrees plus C will give us 142. So C equals 142 minus 70 degrees, and the value will be equal to 72 degrees. So angle C in the triangle here is 72 degrees. And don't forget that we said that the two opposite interior angles to the exterior angle, all right, the two opposite angles will be equal to the opposite exterior angles, which means A plus C will be 142 degrees. Now that we have gotten the value of C to be 72 degrees, so A plus 72 degrees equals 142 degrees. So what will be the value of A? What will be the value of A? A equals 142 minus 72 degrees, and that's equal to 70 degrees. So now we've gotten the angle C. This is angle C, and this is angle A. Which angle are we left with? Angle B. Now, to get angle B, sum of angles in a triangle, sum of angles in a triangle. Sum of angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. You can add up all the angles and find the value. Or you should say that angle B and 142 degrees are angles on a straight line. So we can find the value of B. So 142 degrees plus B equals 180 degrees. The reason is angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line. So that would be B equals 180 degrees minus 142 degrees. B is equal to, what will be our answer? The answer will be 38 degrees. So we now have our angle A, angle B, and angle C. So how do we get angle D? That is very simple. Which angle is alternate to D, or which angle is corresponding to D? Presently, we don't have a corresponding angle to D. Corresponding angles are angles that are on the same position of two different parallel lines. Now, we have an alternate angle to D. And alternate angles are also Z angles. Now, if you look at it very well, you would see that angle D right here is alternate to angle B. Angle D is alternate to angle B, all right? Angle D is alternate to angle B. Angle D is on the left side, sorry, is on the right side under the parallel line, while angle B is on the left side on top of the parallel line. So angle D is equal to B, and B is equal to 38 degrees. So it means D is equal to 38 degrees. The reason is alternate angles. They are alternate angles, and alternate angles are equal. Please take down what is on my screen now. Once you're done writing what I have on the screen, please type down in the chat. Type down in the chat. We've been able to find the value of A. We have found the value of B. We found the value of C, and we have found the value of angle D. All right, so make sure you always come back to this YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel now. Click the subscribe button if you haven't. But if you're done writing what is on my screen, please type done in the chat. Type done, type done. I'm expecting to see your done in the chat. Type done in the chat. Type done in the chat if you're done writing. Now, for the next few minutes, for the next few minutes, I'm going to close the chat. And Miss Mary, I have Miss Mary here. She's taking you mathematics, general questions that you may see during your exam. Learning Based Academy does not want anybody to fail math, and that's why we are taking out much of our time to ensure that you get the right kind of revision that you need for your math examination. I am expecting positive review from you, positive response. You're coming back to tell me that yes, ma'am, I passed my examination. I scored 90. I scored 100%. That's what I'm expecting if you have been paying attention. So Miss Mary is going to take over from here. All right. So make sure you pay attention. Get ready for the next few questions that we shall be treating. Make sure you write everything on the screen down. Please, I'm going to close the chat to avoid distractions, and I will open it when it is necessary.
All right. So the next question is, please make sure you are writing. The next question says, the product. Good evening, everyone. And I believe you can hear me. Okay, the next question says the product of the square root of 81 and the square of 2 is dash. So we have to find the product, the square root of 81, the product of the square root of 81 and the square of 2. This is very simple. It is not difficult. So how do we do that? Firstly, the question says the product of the square. So that means we want to find the square root of 81. The square root of 81. And you know, square root means the number you multiply twice to get that number. So don't forget the question. It says find the product of the square root of 81. That means we firstly need to find the square root of 81. So now let's find the square root of 81. I believe you are writing. So the square root of 81 is 9 because 9 times 9 will give 81. So our answer is 9. So now, and the square of 2, the square of 2, square. So that's 2 square. And 2 square means 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. So now the main question is we should find the product of this and this. And product means multiplication. Very good, very good. I can see many of you are already doing it. So we already have 9 times 4, which is 36. So that is the answer to the question. Very good, very good. I can see. All right, 36, 36. Very good, very good. So let's move on to the next question. We are moving on fast to the next question. This is a revision class. We're going to solve questions. Questions. So now let's move on to question number 9. Question number 9. So the question says, simplify. We have to simplify this expression. We have to simplify it. Simplify means to express it in the simplest form. From the word simplify, simplest, simplest. So simplify 5x plus 2x minus y. Close the bracket, then we have minus 4y outside. Now, how do we do this? Now, you can see that the sign close to the bracket is plus. Yes, we have plus close to the brackets here. So it is this plus that we are going to use to open this bracket. This 5x is not touching the bracket. It is this sign plus that is touching the bracket. So we are going to use this plus to open up this bracket. So here we are going to have 5x, and since it is addition, what is in the bracket will not change. So we have plus times 2x will still give you your 2x, and you still have your y because plus times y minus is still minus. So this plus multiplying this minus will still give you your minus, then we have our y. So now this minus here, we are going to write it minus 4y. Assuming there is no y here, there is no minus here, we are having this 4y close to this bracket, then it means that we'll also be using this 4y to open the bracket. But since it is minus here, we don't have anything to do. We just have to repeat the minus and the 4y. I hope you get that. So now we are going to collect like terms. Okay, 5x and 2x are like terms. Minus y and minus 4y are like terms. So 5x plus 2x will give you 7x. Y minus 4y and minus y will give us minus 5y. It's like someone is owing it, you are owing debt. So you owe someone 100 naira, you owe another person 50 naira. So, and you did not pay the debt. So you still owe 150, which is 150. So you are still owing. So we are still going to have minus. So minus y and minus 4y is minus 5y, negative 5y. So this is the simplification of this expression, because there is nothing we can do further. It's going to be like this. I believe you get that. So if you get what we did, type yes in the chat. Type yes in the chat. We are moving on to the next question right now. If you get what we did now, type yes in the chat. Type yes in the chat. Very good, very good. I can see Suzanne, Godwin, Filma. Very good, very good. So let's move on to the next question. I believe you are writing what is on the screen. Make sure you are writing and write very fast. Write very fast. So we're moving on to the next question for today. I'm moving on to the next question for today. The question says, reduce 5x minus 10 over x minus 2 to its lowest term, to its lowest form rather, to its simplest form. The simplest is something as lowest. That is the simplest form you can have, such that there is nothing you can do further. So now how do we do this? How do we do this? How do we do this? It is very simple. It is very simple. So I want to see, try this question in the next 5 seconds. Drop your answer in the chat, because it's very simple. With 5 seconds might be even too much for you to. Okay, let me give you 10 seconds. In the next 10 seconds, drop your answer in the chat. Let me see how you are going to reduce this fraction to the lowest, to its simplest form. So quickly do that, quickly do that, quickly do that. In the next 10 seconds, I'm going to count down from 10. 10. Brainstorm, brainstorm, please brainstorm very well. You will get it. It's very simple. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, time up. All right, let's do it together. Let's do it together. We have to reduce this. We have 5x minus 10 over x minus 2. Now, how do we reduce this? Look here, everyone. Look here, everyone. Now, look at what we have as the denominator. We have x minus 2. So now, for us to be able to simplify this, we are going to express this numerator such that it has the form of x minus 2. Now, it is like we are going to factorize. We are going to factorize. Now, how do we do that? Here we have 5x. We have 10. Something is common between 5x and 10. And that is what? That is 5. Yes, because 5 times x gives 5x. 5 times 2 gives 10. So we can factorize 5 out. Bring out 5. So I believe with that explanation, you should know where we are going to arrive. So that means we'll bring 5 out, then open a bracket. We are going to have x. You know that this still means 5x, because when you open this bracket, you have 5 times x, which is still your 5x, then minus 5 times what will give us this 10. That's 5 times 2. So we have 2 inside. Then we close this. Then don't forget what you have as denominator. We have x minus 2. So with that, x minus 2 can cancel out x minus 2, and we are left with 5. Can you see? It's very simple. If you get that, type 5 in the chat. Type 5 in the chat. Type 5 in the chat. I believe everyone can hear me. I'm waiting for our response. If you get what we did now, type 5 in the chat. The chat is open. Type 5 in the chat. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, type 5 in the chat. All right. We move on to the next question for today, which is question 11. Question 11. So the question says, the sum of angles, the sum of angles in a pentagon, the sum of angles in a pentagon is dash. We have to find the sum of angle in a pentagon. And what is a pentagon? It is a polygon that has 5 sides. A polygon that has 5 sides. You know, a polygon are shapes with many sides. Polygons are shapes with many sides. That's why we call them polygon. Starting from your triangle, square, and all that. So a pentagon is a polygon with 5 sides. So we want to find the sum of angle in a pentagon. And the formula to get that is, the formula to get the sum of angle in a pentagon is, we have sum of angles in a pentagon is equals n minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees. So n is the number of sides, 5 sides. N is 5 sides because it's a pentagon, and pentagon is 5 sides. So we are going to have 5 minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees. 5 minus 2 gives 3. Then 3 times 180 degrees gives 540 degrees. So that means a pentagon has the sum of 540-degree angles. I believe we get that. If you get that, please type 540 in the chat. Type 540 in the chat. Type 540 in the chat. All right. We are moving on to the next question. Yes. So we'll move on to the next question. I can see your response. All right. So the next question, please make sure you are writing what is on my screen. Make sure you are writing what is on my screen. So question 12, it says, find the mean of the following set of numbers. Find the mean of the following set of numbers. So the numbers are 15, 13, 11, 9, 7, and 5. As I'm writing, you can quickly do this. I know you know it's very simple from the knowledge of your mean, median, mode. So we want to find the mean of this set of numbers. We want to find the mean of this set of numbers. So how do we do that? Don't forget that your mean means the sum of the numbers. We are going to sum up the numbers divided by the total number. The sum of the numbers divided by the total number. So the sum of the numbers divided by the total number. So that's how we are going to get the mean. Let's focus, please, everyone. Look at the screen. Oh, I can see answers already in the chat. I can see answers already in the chat. Many of you are following this class. That's very good. So now let's get the mean. We add up the numbers. We add up all of those numbers. We have 15 plus 13 plus 11 plus 9 plus 7 and plus 5. Now we'll divide it by how many numbers are there altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have the total of 6 numbers. So we are going to divide it by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are dividing it by 6. So now when we sum up this number, here we have 20, we have 27 plus 5, we have 32, 32 plus 13, we have 45, then plus 15, we have 60. Then 60 divided by 6 gives 10. So the mean of this number is 10. Very good. The mean of this number is 10. Very good. It's not 10 meter. We are not dealing with length here. It is 10, just 10. Assuming we were given the data as length, we are going to add the units of the length, but this is just an ordinary number. So we'll move on to the next question. We move on to the next question, and the question says, That's question 13. All right, everyone, write what is on my screen. Write what is on my screen. So the question says, calculate the difference. I hope you know what the word difference means in mathematics. The difference between the range and the median of the following set of numbers. Now, these are the numbers. We have 3, we have 8, we have 7, we have 5, we have 11, we have 5, and we have 12. So we have to find the difference between the range and the median. Difference in mathematics means subtraction. So now, firstly, we need to know the range. So now, range means the difference between the highest number and the lowest number in the set of numbers we're given. So that is range. Then the median, we will now find the difference between the range and the median. So that is what we want to do. So now the range is equals to the largest number, or we say the greatest number, largest number minus the lowest number, lowest number. So among these numbers that we were given, the largest number here is 12. 12. While the lowest here is 3. So we are going to do 12 minus 3. That's the meaning of range, and that gives 9. So now to get the median, we need to arrange the numbers. We need to arrange the numbers accordingly, either from the lowest to the highest or from the highest to the lowest. So, but let's arrange it from the lowest to the highest. That is how we can get the median. The number has to be sorted. It has to be arranged accordingly. So the lowest number here is 3, followed by 5. We have 5 twice, followed by 7. We don't have 6. We have 7 once. Then we have 8. We don't have 9. We don't have 10. Then we have 11, and we have 12. So don't forget that your median is the middle number from the word median, the middle number, the middle number. And since the numbers here, the total numbers here is 7, and 7 is an odd number, that means definitely we are going to have one single number in the middle after dividing this number. Yes, so the middle number is what we are going to look for, which is our median. So counting, since we have 7, that means dividing it into 2, we are going to have 3, 3. 1, 3 at the left, 3 at the right. Then in the middle, we are left with 7, right? So the median is 7. The median is 7, exactly. The median is 7. So now the question says find the difference between the range and the median. So since we have gotten the range is 9, and we've gotten the median, now we subtract. So the difference equals to the range minus the median. And we got the range to be 9 minus 7, which is the median. So the answer is 2. Thank you very much, everybody. I believe you get what we've done. Very good, very good, very good. So write what is on my chart on the screen. If you are done, type done in the chat. Type done in the chat. Type done in the chat. If you are done with what is on my screen, type done in the chat. Type done, please. I don't want any other chat in this class. Please, I don't want any other chats in this class. Type done in the chat. Okay, Opera, Adachidera, very good. Very good. Roma, Temitope, Perez. All right. Thank you, everyone. Do have a good night rest. Have a nice time. Goodbye.